The League community has a problem, a big one, and it's especially noticeable if you are a coach or a high elo player who teaches people, and you get questions. There was a Reddit thread posted on r/Summoner School a week ago that sparked a discussion and even got some big League folks talking about it, mostly in a respectful way. But in this video, I'm gonna be the bad cop. If you want a beautiful and nuanced take with examples and explanations where you have all the evidence handed to you on a silver platter, please go watch the Coach Curtis video. He does a better job than I ever could of being understanding, gently explaining why, if you think this way in League, you will suck. You will forever suck. Maybe he didn't use those exact words. If you haven't read the Reddit post, pause the video and go read it right now. I want this to be short. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, just a quick rant on why it's such a bad take. The link is in the description. Okay, so Mr. Reddit user, I have to thank you specifically for funding a lot of boosting services. Your take is what elo boosters prey on. They take advantage of that feeling of I deserve more and I know it's best, it's just that XYZ is holding me back. So let me get a few things off my back. Most bronze or silver players don't actually know what a freeze is or where the wave is going. If I ask them in a coaching session what's going to happen to the wave, there's a high chance they'll call a freeze a slow push. So when comments are saying stuff like I got frozen on for 5 waves in silver by a Fiora, my first thought is they actually just kept fucking the wave up and prevented it from bouncing back to them. That's especially true when I go watch the replays my students send me. They just keep hitting the wave instead of letting it push back to them. Obviously, you're going to be stuck in no man's land. Stop using your abilities like a meth head. Secondly, and this is important, you don't know what you don't know. League is very unique in that a lot of what makes a really good player isn't the flashy stuff, but the decisions they make to put themselves into those good positions. I don't watch Cristiano Ronaldo jump 7 feet in the air and think, I could do that with a bit of practice, because it's a physical limitation. No matter how hard I train, I guarantee you I will not be able to jump as high as that guy. You probably have to train forever just to return a serve from Nadal. Closest I will ever get to these guys is if I injected compound V into my body, and I think I just pulled my hamstring thinking about that. But in League, for various reasons, lower elo players can look at a really insane League player and it feels like you can do what they do, that it isn't that far away. Well, I hate to break it to you, but the same gap exists. It's not a giant physical gap, but rather experience and pattern recognition. Just because you get access to the same 4 abilities and your animations are the same as a pro player, it gives you the false sense that somehow what they're doing isn't that difficult. If that was the case, well, I guess I'm out of a job. Nobody needs coaching if it's not that hard to do what high elo players do. Thirdly, this idea that high elo players don't get to even lose once without low elo players using it as some sweeping results-based epiphany about how they actually aren't that far apart is ridiculous. High elo players have consistency. Yeah, they might not win every game. Hell, you might even beat them in one game in silver or gold. But Timmy, when it counts, i.e. on their main account, on the champions that they have experience on, they will absolutely smear you against the wall when they're tryharding. And that's because the stakes are different, buddy. You are not a challenger player because you beat Tyler 1 in a gold game when Tyler was first timing AP Vayne while joking with his chat and doing bicep curls with his left hand. Guys, what coaches are trying to tell you is you are trying to run before you can walk. We see you playing and you focus on winning your matchup and mechanically playing perfect and finding some unique, weird champion interactions when in reality you are barely able to figure out when to roam or to push the wave. Dude, it's like telling some kid learning how to ride a bike that instead of working on pedaling and being stable while riding, we're gonna see if he can do a bunny hop 360 tire grab. Like, dude, you may not see it, but to a high elo player, you're bumbling around without understanding the basics of how to use your champ to win and how to get the most CS and levels. Don't come to me and tell me it was because you didn't know that Vladimir could pool under Vygar cage that you lost. Maybe it's because you actually have 5 CS a minute and could barely tickle the enemy support because you have no items. The point I'm trying to make is that there is nothing to be ashamed of if you are X-Elo. Nobody should ever make you feel bad for being in silver or whatever. But this ludicrous take that you don't need fundamentals in League compared to what this guy calls high-level concepts needs to die. Please, for the love of God, stop deluding yourself into some mental gymnastics that blames everything else but the basics you need to improve on for your Elo rating. Anyway, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Subscribe if you have untreated anger problems, and I'll see you guys next time.